In a world where every rule can be overturned, is that group of caimans truly the sovereign of these murky waters? Or is it simply waiting for its own turn to become the next prey during the dry season? When the water retreats, leaving behind exposed lagoons and isolated swamps, the true kings of this land begin to emerge. The Caimans. They are not simple creatures. They are living relics of an ancient era. Across the body of the black caiman, there are evolutionary traits that few people ever notice, traits that make it an almost perfect predator within the muddy waters of the Amazon. Their bodies are protected by a thick layer of bony armor, osteoderms hard as rock. These serve not only as defense, they also absorb the sun's heat, helping the caiman stay alive through the cold nights. Thousands of sensory points spread along its jaws. Let it detect the slightest vibrations in the water, as if it could hear the heartbeat of its prey from a distance. When it reaches adulthood, the caiman's power lies not only in its teeth, nor in the force of its bite, as many people believe, but in the death roll. A brutally powerful spinning motion used to tear tissue apart and make the prey lose all control. But behind that cold, merciless image, it also possesses an astonishing reproductive instinct. During the breeding season, the mother caiman fiercely protects her nest. The young can already make sounds from inside the eggs. And those signals make the mother begin to dig open the nest, helping them out. The incubation temperature is the key factor that directly determines the sex of the young. At lower temperatures, below 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and at higher temperatures, above 93 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly females are born. When the temperature stays in a middle range between 88 and 91 degrees Fahrenheit, males are produced, because males appear only within a very narrow temperature range. Even a small environmental change can alter the balance between the sexes of an entire population. The unforgiving environment of the Amazon does not affect only the caiman. It affects every living creature in this world. Not far away, breaking the silence of the river, comes the squadron of the water wolves. They too are victims of the dry season, as the rivers slowly begin to shrink. It is a family of giant otters. On the throat of each otter there is a unique white mark, like a human fingerprint. No two are exactly alike. Thanks to this, scientists can identify each individual in the wild. They are silver blades wrapped in velvet, gliding through the water with a fierce intensity, almost impossible to stop. Few people know that they possess a language with more than 20 to 22 different types of sounds. Each sound serves its own function, from warning of danger to coordinating during the hunt. Unlike many predators that must stay silent, giant otters vocalize constantly while hunting to keep their formation and adjust their tactics. This is a hunting strategy uncommon in the natural world. With a high metabolic rate, each otter needs to consume around 4 to 7 pounds of fish a day. Which forces them to stay almost always in hunting mode and makes them even more aggressive during the dry season when food grows scarce. In the harsh, dry season of the Amazon, when the water level drops, exposing shallow stretches of the river, and food becomes harder to find, the giant otters of the Amazon are forced to change their survival strategy. They turn their gaze toward a far more dangerous target, a caiman. Near the river's edge, a caiman swims away from its group. Its presence has caught their attention. In that moment, the otters begin to send signals to one another and then scatter in different directions. They do not throw themselves into the attack recklessly. They surround it from several sides, harassing it constantly with quick strikes and urgent calls, plunging their adversary into confusion. The hunt is over. The otter family, with its refined strategy, has won. Although they are predators with elite hunting strategies, the scarcity of food means they are still waiting for the season's first rains. When the rainy season arrives, food will become abundant again and rich in nutrients. And while the chaos beneath the water slowly settles, up above, another creature begins to appear, one that still carries traits from prehistoric times. Ruling from the highest branches is the toko toucan, a creature known as the tropical observatory. Its enormous beak is not a burden, but a masterpiece of biological engineering. With a porous structure, similar to a honeycomb, extremely light, yet incredibly strong. That beak works like a biological thermal radiator, helping to regulate the bird's body temperature, even when the whole land is being scorched by the dry season. Unlike many other birds, the toko toucan has a flexible diet. It feeds mainly on fruit. But it does not ignore insects, bird eggs, or small reptiles either. Its fruit-eating habits and its constant movement make it one of the seed sowers of the forest. Playing an important role in the regeneration of plant life. But that regeneration does not come from seeds alone. It also depends on something far greater: water and moisture. Far beyond the horizon, the sky begins to change. Heavy, as if it held something, about to burst. Then, the first rain of the season finally arrives, not gently, but like a release held back for far too long. The scent of wet earth rises like a hymn of gratitude, marking the end of the brutal days of heat. More than anything else, the rainy season is the heartbeat of the Amazon. Without it, there would be no recovery, no regeneration, no continuation of life. During the day, the rainforest is full of sound and light. But when darkness falls, another world begins to awaken. In that world, sight is no longer an advantage. Sound loses its meaning. Beneath the damp layer of decaying leaves, within the suffocating darkness of the ancient forest, there is a predator that needs no light to see. That is the Bushmaster snake. Not just a venomous snake, but a true master at perceiving within the darkness. A predator able to see its prey even when all the light has vanished. It has heat-sensing pits located between its eyes and nostrils, letting it detect the thermal radiation given off by its prey. This makes it an extremely efficient hunter in dark forests and at night. Its fangs are long, like two scythes of death, loaded with a venom able to destroy living tissue without mercy, ending a life with a single strike. The Bushmaster's skin is a masterpiece of natural camouflage. With shades of brown, gray, and earthy yellow, combined with irregular blotches, its body blends almost completely with the dry leaves and the forest floor. The Bushmaster also has a feature that makes many people easily mistake it for a rattlesnake. Its tail is relatively long, covered in hard, dry, rough scales. When it feels threatened, it rapidly vibrates its tail against the dry leaves on the ground, producing a crackling sound designed to deceive. To many enemies, it can sound like a dangerous rattlesnake, but in reality the Bushmaster has no rattle at all. It is an incredibly sophisticated form of acoustic defense that very few people know about. They are solitary hunters. They usually lie in wait near the trails of forest rodents and other small mammals, able to stay motionless for days, even weeks, waiting for a single perfect moment. A fact few people know about this species. During the breeding season, the females usually lay between 5 and 19 eggs and stay guarding the nest throughout the entire incubation period. This is a form of parental care surprisingly rare among the large venomous snakes. During the incubation period, the females rarely leave the nest area to hunt. However, if prey happens to appear at a close enough distance, the opportunity will not be wasted. At that precise instant, a small movement enters its field of perception. A forest mouse follows the scent of food, moving cautiously through the layer of rotting leaves. It has no idea that each step brings it closer to an invisible border, the border between life and death. Beneath the dry leaves, the Bushmaster stays completely motionless, its cold eyes fixed on the slightest movement of its prey. The distance shrinks more and more. And then, a strike as fast as lightning, two fangs unfold like the very mechanism of death. The mouse does not even have time to understand what has happened by the time it is all over. After devouring its prey, it returns to its nest, where its young are about to emerge. But the Amazon is not governed by a single law. As the darkness of the solitary predator comes to an end, the forest floor begins to move to a completely different rhythm. There is no more patience, no more silence, but a dense movement, so overwhelming it becomes suffocating. If the Bushmaster is a sentence carried out in silence, then what now rises beneath the leaf litter is the judgment of the multitude. Not one creature, not one colony, but a single entity. A colossal body formed by millions of living organisms. Army ants. A truly extraordinary species within the world of insects. They have long, curved, extremely sharp mandibles, like miniature biological scissors, able to cut, tear, and firmly grip their prey during massive coordinated attacks. In some cases, humans have even used these mandibles as biological staples to close wounds, a striking demonstration of their natural strength. But what is even more astonishing lies in the way they perceive the world. With poorly developed vision, they see through smell and vibration, using pheromones as an invisible navigation system to communicate and find their way. Their constantly moving antennae work like a biological radar system, letting them detect smells, follow the trails of prey, and communicate with other members of the colony through pheromones. A little-known fact about this extraordinary species: they do not build permanent nests like most other ants. Instead, they create living nests formed by their own bodies, linking together to form living structures in constant change. As they move or attack prey, millions of individuals advance at once like a biological wave, sweeping away nearly every living thing in their path. They hunt through overwhelming force, invading, surrounding, and tearing apart their prey through sheer numbers. They have few natural enemies, but their greatest enemy is usually their own kind. When two army ant colonies collide, there is no negotiation, no retreat. The only thing that exists is total war. Millions of individuals clash in a living storm, biting, tearing, and destroying one another without rest. And in that moment of chaos, where the sunlight is blocked by the dense forest canopy, far away, at the edge of the forest, high among the scattered treetops, another presence watches the jungle in silence. Laughing falcon, not a common bird of prey, but rather an executioner. With a smiling face. Its grayish-brown plumage is not merely coloring, but an effective form of camouflage that lets it blend into the vast Amazonian sky. Its eyes work like a biological camera of astonishing precision, letting it detect prey from extraordinary distances. A relative of the peregrine falcon, the fastest bird in the world, it has inherited extraordinary hunting abilities. During the hunt, it can reach speeds of roughly between 25 and 37 miles per hour. This bird is also famous for its distinctive call, resembling unsettling bursts of laughter. These quick, repeated calls not only create an unsettling atmosphere in the wild, but also serve a crucial function in warning intruders, communicating with other individuals, and defending territory. The laughing falcon also possesses remarkable intelligence and adaptability. It can adjust its hunting strategies to the environment, from the dense edges of the forest to steep rocky cliffs, making it one of the most efficient predators of its habitat. Once it detects its prey, it dives at an extremely high speed and strikes directly. Most prey have no time to react. Although it is often described as an almost perfect hunting machine, in the wild it is still hunted or threatened by larger species, such as the harpy eagle and large snakes. It is precisely through these rivalries and interactions between predator and prey that a complete ecosystem is formed. The Amazon is not a place for the weak, but neither does it belong only to the strongest. It is a world where every creature is pulled into an endless vortex of competition. Where the silent strike of a bushmaster, the destructive wave of army ants, or the precise dive of a laughing falcon function as irreplaceable links within a greater chain. No existence here is insignificant. No death is wasted. Every animal in this place must learn to adapt and compete to survive. Every species, whether solitary or collective, plays a role in maintaining the balance of this fragile ecosystem. Together, they function like gears within a colossal living machine. And if even a single link disappears, the entire system begins to collapse. The Amazon is not simply a forest. It is an ecosystem written in blood, sustained by death, and preserved through the absolute balance of life.